Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Guys, I am Uzinhle and allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Mom. Yes guys, so this is Mom Zinhle and I'm alone today. So if you're new to our channel, you do want to know of the one house rule, the Mlangeni house rule, and that is simply to click the subscribe button, join the family, sibe sonke, sibe yimbumba. And if you're a returning MC, guys, welcome back. Yes guys, welcome back to our channel. It's been a while, Nyana, right? I think the last video we posted was like 3 weeks ago, so it's been a while. And so today I was like, okay, you know what, let me just press record, and as you can see from the title of the video, share my birth story. So yes, I am a mom to a handsome, perfect, sweet baby boy. Oh my gosh, he is so perfect. I can't deal. Like, it's a lot. Like, he is just so perfect. You know, like, you stare at your baby. Like, I stare at my child and I'm like literally watch him sleep. And I take out my phone. So my gallery from the 12th of April probably has like so many pictures, like 200 pictures now, because I just stare at him and I'm like, click, 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 click. He's not moving, he's not doing anything sometimes, but I just, oh guys, it's a wonderful feeling. I'm feeling so blessed. I'm feeling amazing. And yeah, so I just want to take you through my birth story. So I had thought I was gonna have more pregnancy content, but guys, I was just like tired, not up for recording. I was just like, yeah. I packed my hospital bag. I was like, do I need to unpack it now to share? I mean, like, I didn't have the energy, so sorry about that. Like, I thought I was gonna have more pregnancy content, so hopefully I'll have more mom content, we'll see. But let's kickstart with the story time, which is my birth story. Right, let's get into it. The reason why I'm recording it so early after giving birth, because it's been a week. Like, my baby is a week old. Oh my gosh, guys. So my baby is a week old, and so I was like, let me share this birth story when the feeling, the everything is still raw and fresh in my mind, you know, because you know the saying that says time heals. I feel like time does heal, because when you speak of something that has happened to you a week later versus a month or 2 months or a year down the line, it's different. You know, I feel like even the way you tell the story is different, because you remember but you don't remember, if you get what I'm saying. So anyway, my birth story, as you can see from the title of this video, I had an unplanned C-section. So my method of delivery, I wanted to have a natural birth, right? So a natural birth with no epidural as a pain management. So I was gonna take other stuff, but not an epidural. For the mere reason of, you can Google the side effects, the pros, the cons, and I just didn't want to have one. I know people that have had an epidural that don't have like the most positive things to say, and I feel like when you're a first-time mom, you're very anxious, and you know, a lot of things go on in your mind, and you just like, so I just didn't want an epidural, you know. And they said that will you labor long, and you know, like, there's so many things to it. Yes, there's positive stories, but I was just like, I wanted to have the full experience of just having like a natural birth without an epidural. And this was discussed with my gynae op, like, when he was asking me what type of delivery do you want to have, natural, no epidural, vabby vabs, sharp, right? So baby boy, my baby boy, my cute handsome baby boy, was due on the 8th of April. So that marks 40 weeks. Like, a full pregnancy is 40 weeks, and you can go over with 2 weeks before you get induced. However, in my case, baby boy was due on the 8th, so on the 11th, so 4 days later, 3 days later, I was going to be induced Monday the 11th. right? So firstly, when I went to hospital that Monday on the 11th, I had no contractions. So throughout my whole pregnancy, I don't know of contraction, Braxton Hicks. I've never had any type of false labor. I didn't have like a bloody show, what they call, because there's soft labor signs and then there's the actual pack your bag, go to hospital, call, bag, baby, get the bag, get the car seat, not the car seat, get the bag, let's go, you know, that shebang bang. So I didn't have that shebang bang at all. I didn't have contractions. I didn't have a bloody show, what they called a bloody show, where your discharge is like, sorry TMI, your discharge is like pink to red, because that signals that your cervix is dilating. I didn't have anything that says it's time. I don't know if you guys can hear the monitor, so I have the monitor on because baby is sleeping, so that when he cries, cut video, finish. Anyway, so I didn't have any of those signs, right? I really wanted to have them, also to have that experience, because like when you're in the mom community and you're following moms, expecting moms, and moms that have had babies, you know, you hear of the contractions, you can time your contractions, when to go to hospital, you know, like labor stories are different. So anyway, I wobbled in on the 11th at hospital to be induced. No pain, nothing. I was just myself. So we got in, we had the admission done, and so my gynae op did explain how the induction would work. Around midday, I was gonna get the first dose of what kickstarts, because when you get induced, you kickstart the labor because it hasn't started on its own. So I checked in, we went to the room and we were chilling. Another boring story, we chilled the whole day in a hospital because they were doing things, they were looking for things from my gynae op, so I ended up not getting induced like midday. I was just chilling in bed, me and my hubby chatting, you know, we were just chilled. I was in the gowns, nothing much happening with my life, you know, walked here and there, but like nothing was happening. Cool, sharp. Fast forward to the story. Let's get to the crux of the story. So 6 o'clock comes, okay, then my gynae op comes and then they check me, okay, apologizes that they haven't started because they were looking for other things, blah, blah, blah. And around past six, like, okay, they're like, okay, now we're gonna start, you know. So what happens is that they put the belts, which monitors baby's heartbeat and my contractions, to see how I'm doing, basically how baby is doing. Did you hear that, guys? I think he's just moving around. How baby is doing and my contractions, right? I was still not having any contractions even when I was in hospital on that day. So they monitor baby's doing well. I'm contracting, not really contracting, but like I was not feeling anything, you know. And then after that, they bring the meds to get you induced. It's like a gel vibe. So they come, right? They need to do a cervical check. How else do you think they do a cervical check? They put the hand in the vagina to the cervix, right? So they need to locate where the cervix is so that they can inject the medication there. I was not ready for that invasion, you know. I was not ready for that invasion. So anyway, legs open, the nurse is like, okay, squeeze. When you feel uncomfortable, breathe and squeeze your hubby's hand, but don't squeeze down there, because I guess when you squeeze down there, you're closing and it just makes things like hard. Breathe and squeeze hubby's hand. Okay, she comes and then she squeezes, she puts the hand, and I'm just like And then she's like, yeah, my cervix is posterior, yeah, it's somewhere there at the back, right? And then she locates it, and then she tells me, please come down, like, you know, we need to locate it so that we can inject the medication. Because I think I just closed up when she did that, because it's just so uncomfortable, you know, so uncomfortable. And then, okay, she got it, she got the cervix, and then she injected the medication. I've watched YouTube videos, right, where people get induced, and I've had baby apps where people speak about their experience about being induced. Positive stories, right? When you're pregnant, expecting mom, you just want to see the positivity, and you're just like, I'm gonna focus on the positive. So what induction does, it kickstarts your labor. So if you have contractions at home or whatever, you feel the cramps, right? Because that's how I felt as well. I felt like, okay, I feel like now I'm cramping, which would be what happens when you're home, right? You have the cramping. It doesn't always happen like the movies where your water just gushes out, you know, like, oh, my water broke. Like you can see like trinkles sometimes, your water trickling a bit, or there's a gush. It's different for every mother. And so I felt the cramps, right? I felt the cramps, and I think past 7. They put the injection, right? Okay, so they monitor the baby for 20 minutes before the medication. They put the medication, they come back again, they put the belts to monitor how baby is doing now that there's medication, and if I'm starting to contract. So, and then they come 20 minutes after. So when she came 20 minutes after, I could feel like cramps, right? And then you sit still there for another 20 minutes, and then they monitor baby, how they're reacting. So they came, and literally I started contracting from that point onwards. So I was in labor, right? And baby was doing well. So the first hour, I shame it was like, oh, okay, you know, okay, it's okay. It's not gonna be bad. It's not gonna be bad, you know. I don't know how contractions work, but I've heard that they start from 20 minutes apart, 15 minutes apart, 10 minutes apart, so forth until you go deliver, right? So for me, guys, I kid you not, I think from 9, okay, before 9, somewhere there, my hubby's like, I'm like, okay, let's take a walk. We took a walk, went to the car, went to put our jackets, but I get like hectic period pains, right? And it's so bad that I vomit, you know. I throw up when I have like serious period pains, when I'm in pain. So I throw up, and then there's diarrhea. It's a bloody shitty show. Sorry about that, but it's like that's my horrible period pains. So when we were walking to the car, I'm just like, I feel nauseated, like I feel like I'm going to throw up. And then Oscar D looks around, he's like, oh, there's a bush there, you can go like throw up there. And then we're walking slow, contraction. Okay, let's go. And then I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up, but I'm like, okay, let's go. I breathe through it. I feel like now I need the bathroom, right? And then we go to the car, we put whatever we were putting, I think it was a jacket, we walk back in, I go to the nearest bathroom, lo and behold, diarrhea, right? And then we walk back to the room. I walk back to the room, and then he wanted to go put his laptop bag, you know. He's like, are you gonna go back with me? And I was like, no, because I could feel that I need to throw up. So hubby goes, and when I'm in the room, I contract, and as I'm contracted, I just feel hot. I just go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, I throw up. Everything that I've eaten that day, like their lunch, and I didn't even have dinner, I think, because I was already in pain. I throw it up, and I feel a bit of relief. But literally my contractions were just like, I think every 2 minutes. They were just coming. They were just coming. They were just coming. And yo, guys, she comes back at some point, and she's like, okay, we need to check how baby is doing, you know. and we also need to do a cervical check to see how far. So when she first checked, I was like dilated. It was like a tip of a finger. So literally my cervical was tip of a finger. Nothing was happening. She comes back at some point, and then she checks me. She's like, I'm 2 to 3 centimeters. And I'm just like, okay, all right. And then she's like, okay, let's check baby's movement. They put that belt thing again. You need to sit still. And then she's like, as you contract, you must breathe in and out, so that you give baby oxygen as you're contracting, you know, so that poor child does not suffocate there or whatever, but like you give them oxygen so that they are also able to breathe, right? At this point, no water is broken, and apparently that's fine. They can break your water when you further dilate it, so it's not like it's a must that it will break now, you know. But she's like, if something happens, please call us and stuff. So they put that thing, and I'm just in pain. I'm just like, I'm just trying to squeeze my husband. At some point I don't want to touch him because I feel like when he touches me it's more painful. And they're like, okay, your baby is like, I think he was sleeping. Yeah, my baby was sleeping. They're like, okay, do you have a sweet or any jelly? Just drink something so that, you know, baby can be vakkervot, and then we can just check his movement. So I have 2 teddy jellies. Teddy jellies, yeah. I have 2 of them and stuff, and then I eat them. Chow, drink some water, and then baby moves. And then they're like, okay, baby is fine. Okay, take out the belts, and I continue suffering. I suffered, you know. I suffered. You know, like, there's breaks in between contractions, and the spacing, emphasis on spaces in the contractions, give you room to breathe so that when it comes again, you know, understanding that as you progress, they become more closer to each other and more intense. At some point, I'm like, this is too much, because I was literally not catching a break. I'm like, it's too much. Can I have some sort of medication, like any pain medication, not like an epidural, like any, still I was like, no epidural. I was like, any pain medication. She's like, okay, we can give you pain medications, however you're not gonna not feel the pain, but you're gonna be drowsy and it's gonna make you sleep, but you will still be contracting in your sleep, you know, you'll still have your contractions in your sleep, but you will be drowsy and stuff. Excuse me. I'm like, bring the medication, you know, if I'm just passed out, then it's fine. Hey, I started blabbing. Like my husband said, I was not making sense. They gave me that. I could still feel the painful contractions even with that medication. I tried sleeping, I couldn't. At some point, I was on my knees. Me and Hami were like practicing like our positions that help gravity. And my baby, the nurse is like, your baby is engaged, your baby is there, is on the kennel, you know. The kennel and the baby's head are fine, you know. Because my baby was already in position, I think around December, he was already like, you know, the labor position, and that's why nothing was alerting that I could have a C-section. Everything was good for a natural birth. So baby's head was fine. She's like, I can feel the baby. Baby is ready, right? But your cervix must come and align with the canal, right? Your vaginal canal where the baby is gonna come out. And so it's at the back, your uterus, and then it needs to come and then start dilating, open up, so that baby can come, right? So baby was fine. So this is the whole laboring and dilating, and then the out. And then she's like, baby is fine. And then she's like, we need to do it. Like, I need to check you how far. Again, hand is in there, and then they check me, and I was 3-4 guys, whatever, but I was low. It was 3-4. I'm like, oh, where is 10? Because I'm not catching a break. You know when they say the devil works in ungodly hours, which is past midnight and like the early hours of the morning. I feel like I'm relieved. You know, if you are in pain, like at night, your pain is, it's a lot. Whether it's heartbreak, whether it's whatever pain, it gets rough, like at night, at midnight. And I could feel that it was getting rough. My pains, guys, they elevated. So she told me that I'm gonna be drowsy, and then I was like, how bad is it gonna get? She's like, it's gonna fly, it's still gonna take off, like whatever you're feeling, it's still gonna take off. Yeah, my husband was like, I was saying things that didn't make sense. I was like speaking, I was blabbing, bang hammer. I was in so much pain. I was not catching a break. It would come. I would hold the bed. I would literally shake. Yeah, guys. I was shaking. It was so painful, and then it releases me a bit, and then but it's still like, and then I could feel another one coming, and then it, like you are being sliced. Like, I don't know how to explain. It's like period pain, but on steroids. It's like if you get hectic period pains, it's like times 10 of that. Like you get it in front, you get it at the back. You can't do anything, and then you must remember to breathe. At some point, I'm just like, because you like remember your baby needs oxygen. I'm like, kids, don't do it. So I labored, guys. Another contractions holds you for a long time. You know, if you think you know them, if you think it's like, another one is like, releases you. And then she comes back. At some point she checks me, she's like, I'm 5 centimeters. Now it's in the early hours. Now I feel like I'm dying. Now I feel like I'm running, I'm getting tired. Because I'm just like not catching a break. At some point I felt like I dozed for the longest hour. I asked my hubby was like, you were out for 3 minutes. That is all. I'm like, how? I thought like time, because time matters. I kept asking, what time is it? Hey, time was not moving. Hey, I was in pain. Hey, she checks me, and then she comes and she's like, it's 5 centimeters, and then she's like, in an hour or something, I'm gonna run you like a bath, which will also help with the dilation and whatever. I think the moment she said that and she left, wavele was shula, like the pains were just too much, you know. Yay, those contractions, they were too much. And then I told my husband, I'm like, I'm done. Please call the nurse to tell my doctor that I want this child out. At this point, I want an epidural or I want a C-section at this point. Because if I'm still 5 at this time, at 5 a.m. or whatever time it was, but it was in the morning, it means I'm still gonna labor for more hours, you know, more hours. I don't have the strength. I'm like, I feel like I'm dying, and like it was just too much, guys. Like I wanted like a vaginal like birth, like I wanted the natural feel of it, but I was just like, it's too much now. I felt like it was too much, and mind you, sorry, don't know why. I wanted it so bad, and I pushed through it, but I was like, at this point, I'm tired. I'm not getting a break. You know, I'm not getting a break. If maybe I was getting a break, it was gonna feel better. From the time they started this induction to now, I'm just like not getting a break, and I'm dying. And then my husband went, and then she told the nurse. The nurse came. When she comes, she's like, do you want me to check you out dilated? I'm like, no, I don't want you to touch me anymore. I just want to go. You know, I just want to go. I want to have this. She's like, okay, your doctor, epidural. No, not at this point. And he's still busy. with another delivery, so he'll be ready in an hour, 30 minutes. And then I'm like, yeah. They're like, are you sure you want a cesarean? You know, you need to consent to it. You need to consent to now changing, things. I was like, yes. She brings me forms. She's like, signing. I'm just like signing, and it's an out of body experience. I feel like I'm not me. I don't know how to explain pain. I just felt like it's not me, and I'm just like suffering and stuff. They're like, he'll be done in an hour, 30 minutes. That was like around 5. And then finally, my saving angel, this lady comes and she's gonna will me out. Now we're going to theater. Now we're gonna have a C-section. I am still in pain from the signing, from I'm not catching a break with like I try sign, figure contraction. I'm just like trying to hold it and whatever. An hour comes, hour 30 minutes, this lady just reels me out. I'm just like, even as we're moving, oh my gosh, when you're in pain, when they touch you here, it becomes more painful. So when they're rolling me out and we're bumping things, I am in pain. I was in excruciating pain, guys. It was so horrible. It was horrible. I get there to theater and my doctor is there. I see him. He's like, Cynthia, you don't want to try for natural? I'm like, better. Pain, contraction as I'm speaking. And then the nurse is like, yeah, she didn't want me to check her and stuff. And she's like, the baby's head is there, like, and stuff. I can hear them around me, shame trying to like push for natural at that point. But I was at a point where now I just want my baby to be safe. I want to be okay. I want this thing to be over. And because I'm just not catching a break, I'm tired, I am just no. And then my doctor is like, okay, Zintle, let me check you how far you are now. So that was 5. And 6:30 to 7, he's like, let me check you. So that's when I got to theater in the morning, on Tuesday morning. She's like, let me check you how far you are. And I'm like, okay, I'm agreeing to my doctor. I can't speak anymore. There's a point where you just can't speak. You just like signal, no, yeah, you can't even cry. There's no tears there, there's no tears. It's so painful, but you can't even cry. And then he checks me, and I can hear him in the background that he says, if I'm at 8 or something, like we're going to push, we're gonna try pushing. And he checks me, guys, and I'm only 6 centimeters. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna wait. If from 5 o'clock an hour 30 minutes later I only dilated like 1 centimeter, I'm not gonna be able to do another 4 hours or 5 hours of this. No. They prepare the room, they prepare my husband to go change, and they talk to him, and my husband is just, my husband, guys, my husband, you're blessed to have this guy in my life. And my husband is like, no, this is too much for her, this is too much. He also can't take it. He can't take it anymore. It's too much. She is in excruciating pain, and we can't chill for more hours, when she's in this state. He was worried. Like, he even said at some point when I was laboring, he felt like I'm really going. He's like, like the things you were doing, saying, like you were not making, like, he was just like, yeah, it was just like too much. They prepared the room, and even when they were giving me, so they gave me, it was not an epidural, they gave me like a spinal block for the cesarean. So they were telling me to sit still so that they can put the injections. My contractions, just like not stopping, and the doctor is like, okay, if it gets better, let me know, because you need to sit still. And then I sit still, and then I'm like, it's better. And then she did something, I'm like, it's coming, like, pain again. And then it released. I'm like, it's better. And then after a while, she's like, you're gonna feel like you're gonna feel human again. And then after a while, like the pain left my body. I could see where I am. I could see the people. You know, like when you see people when they like can't see people when you're in pain and whatever. I started seeing people, and then she was explaining how everything is gonna go, and that's basically how then I had my C-section. I laid down, they prepped me, and I heard my baby cry. Yo, I thanked God, I thanked Jesus, I thanked my God. When he cried, oh my gosh, that was so emotional. That was like, you know, like this human is here. Because he cried, and then they were like, Daddy, because my husband was next to me. And they were like, Daddy, come, because they take the baby, and when they still like, you know, they take the baby when they still like, you know, fixing you up and stuff. And then he was busy crying, and then they wrapped him, and then they brought him to me, and I couldn't believe it, guys. I couldn't believe. And everything was fine. He was healthy, and that's what mattered to me, that he's healthy, that I'm fine, that we are both fine, you know. So anyway, and that's my baby crying, guys. I need to go. So yeah guys, that was my birth story. I'm sorry if this was long, but yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys, and I just thank God that we left the hospital with a healthy baby. I'm fine, I'm recovering. Yes, it was not my birth method and plan that I had in mind, but you know, my doctor was always open to the fact that, you know, sometimes if an emergency comes, be open to having a cesarean. It's not like I don't want it and whatever. And people also elect for a C-section, and that's fine. It doesn't make you less of a woman if you have a C-section, you know. Every way to bring a baby into this world is very difficult. C-section is a major surgery. It takes its toll on your body, but you know what's important is that your child is safe, you are safe, so that you can enjoy your journey as parents after that moment, and everything makes it worth it. I look back now, the pains were worth it. Definitely worth it, me laboring. I had double trouble. I had the double dose of natural feel and then a C-section, and that is fine. I thank God that my baby is safe. I thank God that I am good, that we are good. And yeah guys, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. And until the next video guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the messages, the calls, the voice notes, the thoughts, the prayers. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do that, because that's where I'm gonna share maybe most of the baby content and mommy content and every other content. It's Mbumba _ so please do follow me on Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this page, the Mbumba page. And yeah guys, until the next video, I love you. Bye.